Hi, I'm Jack. I've been converting a Sprinter van for my family of 5. Today, I'll be installing a DIY roof deck. I'm going to be minimizing everything we own and traveling full-time as a family of 5. Please like and subscribe and come along on the journey. Good morning, everyone. I just finished doing a quick workout. Me and Melissa did. And kids are probably like halfway through the day on virtual. It's like 11 o'clock right now. So yeah, I got a bit of a late start. We had some issues with the Wi-Fi, but it's good now. So I'm gonna try and finish the roof deck on the van today. So I have some 80/20. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to figure that out, and I'll see you outside. So this is what I'm going to use to hold the roof rack in place. So it's the 15 series 80/20 aluminum. It's 2.5 inches. The reason I did 2.5 inches is so it would clear the cable housing on the roof. I wanted to make sure it was above that, so I did 2.5 inches, and now I'm probably going to have to make a bunch of these. And so this is what the crossbars are going to sit on. So I'm going to cut a couple more of these. You can get these pre-cut from 80/20. I just had extra 80/20 left, and it's pretty expensive stuff, so I just cut it myself. So I'm going to cut a few more of these, and then we'll mount the rest of the hardware onto it. Okay, so I cut my 80/20 at 2.5 inches. It's the 15 series. I cut 6 pieces of these. I think I'm going to need 6 pieces just for my roof. So that's how much room I have, and that's where the cross beams are going to go. So I cut 6 of these at 2.5 inches, and then I'm using, oh by the way, I got this idea from Mathers on the Map on YouTube. But anyway, I'm using these L brackets with these. I don't know if you can see those, and then they just slide in, and then you can just screw. And then you can just screw the L bracket with these. I'm going to link these in the description below so you know which ones they are. And then you can just mount them like so, and then they look like this. And so this is what the cross beams are going to hold on to. And then I'm also going to use, just for some extra support, I'm going to use these like corner braces. And then these will sit like so, and then that'll give it a nice solid hold on the roof. So I'm going to make 6 of these. Hopefully that's enough. If not, I'll have to make some more. I cut all these 2.5 inch pieces myself, but just be careful when you're using the saw, because I cut myself when I was doing it. But anyway, let's put these together and then see how it goes. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just putting on these corner brackets. So when you put these in, make sure you have the protruding end away from the screw thread. That way when it screws in tight, the flat end of this screws nice and flush up against the inside of the 80/20. I have 3 of these done. I'm just going to do 3 more, and then I'll have 6. And then I'll measure the width of the roof and see how long I need to make the horizontal pieces on the roof rack. So let's do it. Okay, so I just finished up. Take a look. So I made 6 of these, and it's basically how it's gonna sit on the roof. So front of the roof is up here, or the front of the van is up here, and then I'll have 3 horizontal pieces going across, and that's what's going to hold up the roof deck. And then I'll have, I don't know if I'm going to use actual wood or if I'm going to use a composite decking, but the decking will go this way, I think. But yeah, let's go on the roof and measure it up. Okay, so I measured the width of the van on the roof, and if I leave myself a little extra wiggle room for these, it's about 54.5 inches. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces at 54.5 inches, and this is kind of the extra 80/20 I have, so I'm just going to use this and cut it myself. Okay, so I'm up on the roof, and here's my cable housing, so I want to make sure I clear that. So it clears it perfectly, and I'm going to do, I have 6 of these, so I'll do 1 on each side here, 1 on each side there, and then 1 on each side of the back behind the max fan. So yeah, this whole area will be a deck, and then I have my 300 watts of solar on the front. So yeah, I think that should be fine. So now I'm just going to cut the cross pieces and fix them to these, and then I'll be back up on the roof. Okay, so I bought this one pre-cut. It was at 54 inches. Has the flat edge on one side. But I ended up cutting these ones at 54.5 inches. Just so I had a bit of extra wiggle room, but that'll be fine. You're barely gonna notice. And then, so now I'm just gonna attach these to all the ends of these, and then I'll have 3 pieces with all of the brackets mounted. And then we'll be up on the roof. I don't have any decking yet. I still need to buy the decking. Home Depot's closed at the moment. I have to do curbside pickup, so that'll be a different day. But here goes. Okay, here's one of them. Mounted the brackets on both sides. Hardest part's going to be try to figure out where to tighten them on this bar so it sits perfectly on the railing. But I'm going to go up on the van, test one of these out, and then I'll make all of the other ones to fit. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to open the max fan just to make sure it clears the 80/20. I'm just going to check the other side, move the ladder and check that side, make sure it's aligned with my railing on that side. Bracket just needs to be pulled out just a tad, maybe 1/4 inch or so, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and then it should be good. It should line up perfectly. Yeah, it fits perfectly. I'm going to try and space them out equally. I'll probably put this one up a bit more. That way there's not such a wide gap. Maybe something like that. Evenly space it, and then yeah, we'll mount it down. Alright, so 3rd time's the charm. Got them lined up perfectly on the roof rails. So now I'm just going to replicate this one 3 times, and then I should be good to go. Alright, there they are. 3 of the support pieces. Now I just need to mount them. So now I'm just going to use some of these. Screw these onto here. 1 on each side. And then I can run these through the roof rails and then tighten them up. Let's do it. Just give me 1 second.
Emily's tablet's not.
Okay, so when I was putting this together, I didn't really think about the max fan being in the way when I pushed the 80/20 up on the roof. So this isn't gonna go past this when I push it through the roof rails. So what I'm gonna have to do is unscrew these and then mount these back after I push these through, so this doesn't get in the way. So let's try again. Okay, so since I couldn't clear the max fan with the bar still attached, I took them off and then I just ran the brackets, and so I'm going to push those up and then I'm going to mount the 80-20. So let's try again. Okay, so here we go. It just slots in like so. There it is. And then I'll just tighten these up. Hopefully I can get the Allen key in there, but I should be able to do it on each side. And then we can run our deck across this way. I'm just going to space these out more evenly so they're not so far apart. Okay, there it is. I don't know if you can see it very well with the shadow, but yeah, it's mounted. Secured this side. I just got to do the other side, but I'm just going to secure this one and that one, and then finish it off. First thing I'm going to do before I tighten this one is close the max fan just to make sure it clears the that last piece at the end. Make sure it doesn't hit. I could do with a cold beer right now, I tell you that. I said I could do with a cold beer, but I ran out. Oh well, I guess water will have to do. This will have to do. That's pretty good though, and when it's ice cold. Oh, did you want some? Sorry.
No, you can have it. No, I have water.
Oh yeah. Getting there. 2 more to go. Melissa, I'm on video.
Oh, what?
I'm videoing.
Sorry, I'm gonna go inside.
It's like the 3rd time she's done that. Alright. So, I know you can buy 80-20 that has a flat edge, which is what I bought for the last piece at the end. But I'm just going to use self-tapping screws that are long enough that I'll just screw right through the middle of this. It's going to go right through the middle, so it's going to hold solid. It'll go through the deck and then into the middle, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to use what I had. This stuff gets pretty expensive and it takes a while to ship as well, so yep, I'm just going to finish tightening these two, and then I'm going to go and order some decking somehow. So I know you can buy 80-20 that has a flat edge, which is what I bought for the last piece at the end. But I'm just going to use self-tapping screws that are long enough that I'll just screw right through the middle of this. It's going to go right through the middle, so it's going to hold solid. It'll go through the deck and then into the middle, so I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to use what I had. This stuff gets pretty expensive and it takes a while to ship as well, so yep, I'm just going to finish tightening these two, and then I'm going to go and order some decking somehow. Okay, there it is. Got my 3 pieces. It's about equal distance apart. I didn't measure it, but it's close enough. Now I just gotta go order some decking. I'm just gonna measure the length and make sure I get the right length. Alright, sweet. Job done. Okay, so I'm just on the Home Depot website on my phone, and I'm in Canada, so everything's curbside pickup. So I'm looking at the composite decking, and the length that I would need is 6 feet, and I would need 10 of those, but they only come in 12-foot pieces. But they are, it would be $291 for 5 pieces if I cut them in half, because they're $58 a piece. And for some reason it doesn't allow me to ship them to the store, so you have to order a certain amount or something like that, like $1,300 before you could have it shipped. So that doesn't make any sense. So I was looking at Cedar Decking, even though it's pretty pricey right now. I can get 12-foot pieces of cedar, 6 inches or 5.5 inches wide, If I get 5 of those, it's only $188 Canadian, so they're only $37 a piece, and they're only 12 pounds a piece. So it's like 5 pounds or 6 pounds less than the composite decking. So I think I'm gonna go with the cedar. I'm not sure how much traction they're gonna have, if it's gonna be slippery, but I don't plan on going up there when it's wet anyway. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna order the cedar. Probably take like a week, but here goes. It's yeah, 188 bucks. Oh well. Hey everyone, so I just picked up my cedar decking from Home Depot the other day, and yeah, I got 12-foot pieces of cedar. Pretty expensive stuff. It cost me like 200 bucks Canadian, but yeah, it's cheaper than composite and it's lighter as well, so that was kind of the main reason I got it. It was so much lighter. I think it's like 5 pounds lighter per piece. So yeah, so I'm just gonna pre-drill the holes through each end of the cedar, and then I'm going to use self-tapping screws into the 80/20 aluminum, and then probably countersink the top so it goes in nice and flush. But yeah, so first thing I need to do, I'm just going to double check the measurements on the roof. It should be 6-foot pieces up until I get to the max fan, and then I'm going to have to cut them a bit shorter for the max fan. But yeah, I'm just going to double check the measurements and then I'll start cutting. But yeah, here's the cedar. Take a look. 12 feet. So here we go. Okay, so have all the pieces cut. It's looking pretty good up there. So now what I'm going to use is these self-tapping screws. I don't know what thickness these are. It's been a while since I opened them, so. But I'm using a 3/8 bit hex bit for the to screw these in with, and then this drill bit. It's pretty much the same diameter as the screw to screw in to pre-drill the holes. So yeah, next thing to do is start pre-drilling. So let's get to it.
It was a morning in June when I heard that tune falling up to the beat of your heart, like a white crane sails from a startled trail. Our eyes met and then landed so well. Speak before you could weep, I held your hand in mine, like a shell on a beach, waiting for your reach, falling up to the mountain to climb. You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring, there's no need for doubt in this mind. You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring, there's no need for doubt in his mind.
Alright, I'm pretty much finished up. That was a hell of a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be. I had to pre-drill every hole. I thought I would just be able to self-tap into the aluminum, but I had to pre-drill each hole. I went through about 3 drill bits and all 3 batteries, so I'm just charging them up. I ran out of battery on the last screw. Yeah, I don't have a gas blower to get all the metal shards out, and the vacuum wasn't doing it, so going with the hairdryer. Alright, so take a look. There it is. Yeah, I just had to cut 3 pieces of shorter pieces just to go around the max fan, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Ran out of power on the last screw, so I'm just charging up the batteries now. But yeah, looks good. Emmeline's gonna give it a quick test. Mum's gonna have a heart attack. Looks pretty good, huh? The other good thing about this roof deck too is that you can also use it as like a roof rack and just put some kayaks on there. Yeah. And then just hook them into the 80-20 at the bottom there. Throw a couple of kayaks on and strap them down. But that's it for today. And yeah, I'll see you the next time. Please subscribe and like below. See you next time. There's a view from upstairs. Looks pretty awesome.